What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Pat Flynn here, and I'm excited to review some websites and YouTube channels today. This will be the final time we do this for a while. It's not the last time because we're going to do this again and again and again over time. I absolutely love doing this because we can all sort of learn together and hone in on our skills of what makes a great and useful website, what makes a great YouTube channel or a video, what makes a great podcast. All these kinds of things we're going to talk about today. And I do have some high-level things that I want to teach you before we get started and actually start hand-selecting people at random who are in the chat to potentially get their website and YouTube channel reviewed. It'll be a lot of fun. And this is a safe space for us to critique each other with the idea that we're all here to benefit from each other's support. So again, thank you so much. And welcome to the show. Let's get this party started.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
All right, welcome to day 363. We are 2 days away from our big day on Monday, which will be pretty amazing. I'm really excited. I wore this shirt specifically today because it's true. Life's better when you make stuff. And you make websites, you make YouTube channels, but most of all, you make other people happy. And that's what I absolutely love about you guys, because you all make me happy too. So thank you so much for encouraging me during these last 362 days. And here's day 63. Tomorrow, day 364. I had a nightmare last night. I don't know if you have ever had like a big deal, something happening coming up, and then you have dreams about it. But I thought that this morning I overslept and I just completely forgot and missed the entire day's stream. So 2 days away from 365, I just didn't do a stream and I completely had to like start over the whole year. So maybe that would have been good because then we could keep going. Don't worry. Again, like I said, we're going to continue to go live over time. But I'm just very thankful that I'm actually here today and we can continue the streak going up till Monday. And again, Monday, if you go to patflynn.com/365, again, patflynn.com/365, that will take you to the waiting page where you can set a reminder and you can just have that up if you'd like. And we already have some people waiting there. And again, 9 a.m. on Monday will be pretty cool. So what's up, See Me? Good to see you. TK says all the time. Daniela, Peasant Uprising, Grandma Goody, Gift Biz Unwrapped. What's up, Sue? Thank you so much. We got Elton and Peasant Uprising. Awesome. The whole gang is here. Absolutely love it. So let's talk about websites and YouTube channels. What do we actually want to look for? Well, the most important thing, and literally where we spend most of our time here, is where we talk about positioning and messaging. When I land on this page or when I come to your YouTube channel, how do I know instantly what this thing is about? When I watch a YouTube video in particular, is it telling me why I need to stick around and what's here for me, right? We just need to be so upfront and so clear. If there's any sort of wishy-washy type of thing in and around that, then that's not going to work, right? That's not going to work. So as we sort of organize things here, because I have a bunch of Post-it notes just kind of sitting around. Don't worry, we all good. Okay. Yes, I said wishy-washy. The gang is all here, gang. Yes. No worries, Lisa. Share, and we got Antonica, Julian, welcome. Thank you. It's going well. It's going extremely well. I'm excited for the bittersweet ending here of an amazing era. And by the way, I just saw an awesome YouTuber who just stepped into the room, Podcast Stage, one of the people who's probably actually the best. You know how MKBHD is the top tech reviewer? Well, this guy's the best podcast equipment reviewer. If you want to check him out, follow him, Podcast Stage. 365 days straight is insane. We can all learn a lesson of consistency from you. Congrats on that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely have a recap video in mind that will go over the lessons learned and what has happened as a result, and it might not be what you expected. So how's that for a hook? Anyway, let's keep going here, right? Like with Podcast Stage, you go to his YouTube channel. It's very, very clear what he's about, what he's doing, and he's got growth as a result of that. He's very consistent. Speaking of consistency, in his videos, the style of the videos are fairly much the same, but you know what you're going to get, especially if you are looking for information about microphones and such. And what's really interesting is that, yeah, all he does is review microphones and equipment, but you actually can become a fan of something like that. And you look forward to the next videos. And honestly, and you can support this and let us know if this is true. But people probably don't even care about the new reviews that you do, more so than they just want to connect with you. They want to, yes, get information, but they want that information from you, and you can build fans for something like that, which is really amazing. So we'll maybe check out your YouTube channel at least just to get a first perspective of sort of how we understand what it's about almost immediately once we're there. So maybe we could start with that in just a minute. But a few other things I want to point out. Number two, that I know you do very well, is you bring your personality. I know you play guitar, so you bring the guitar in, and you have this just like quirkiness about you, which is just very you. And many people on the outside might go, well, that's a little strange or a little weird. Well, guess what? We're all weird. You got to embrace that weird. You have to understand that that's actually your advantage, the fact that nobody's like you. So it always boggles my mind sometimes when I see people not necessarily being fully themselves on their YouTube channel or even on their website. They kind of hide behind the words sometimes. I want to see the difference between a business card, which, yes, is a type of website, kind of like just a here's who I am, or here's what we do, and here's what our services are, give us a call, versus how are we connecting, right? Whenever you get a business card from somebody, you're not necessarily connecting. I have seen really good business cards that when you look at it, you go, I like this, right? And that's the kind of feel that you want when a person visits your webpage or your YouTube channel. At Reef, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for that support. I appreciate you. We got a little sticker. What does that sticker say? That says, I love the way that YouTube describes these stickers. Shiba dog with sparkles in his eyes saying, my hero. That's so funny. Cool. So I got on deck, I got Cynthia from healthyliferecovery.com. And then we're going to go to Atreef, who's been so generous here. And I remember reviewing Atreef's YouTube channel a long time ago. So it'll be kind of nice to go back to that. So we're going to start with those two today, and we'll see who else we might be able to fit in. And again, we're going to continue to do these over time. So don't worry. We're going to do them, and we're going to probably go a lot longer and have a lot more opportunities to do these reviews. So I'm also thinking about doing some of these reviews more in pre-recorded videos, because then that way I can actually get a lot of this information in front of people, not just you, but other people, if the algorithm picks it up in a much grander way. So again, this is just for you guys, which is pretty cool. What else am I going to be looking for? I want to see how you're directing traffic, essentially. Now, this is a little bit more difficult to do on a YouTube channel review. That's only in a few minutes, but I hope and expect that those who are utilizing YouTube videos are doing a good job of not just directing traffic in terms of people coming in, which means the click, the title and the thumbnail, but also the hook, of course. But then at the end, are we bringing people from one video to the next? How are we driving people to the next card or the next end screen in the next video? How are these videos connected to each other based on different buckets that you might have, so that they get recommended to each other? Once people find one, they're going to find the others. And that's really, really cool. Thank you for the support, at Reef. That's going to be really cool. So the other thing is to, on a website in particular, have a start here area, right? Now, this can be done on a YouTube channel as well, to have a place where you can kind of begin. If there's a welcome video or your highest performing video, that can be shown up front, especially if it collects a lot of subscribers. I just recently made this change on my other channel, Deep Pocket Monster, and I've already seen a bump in subscribers. For whatever reason, I still had my old welcome video there, and that's still okay to have. I still have it up, but I replaced it with my highest performing video in terms of what brings the most subscribers in. People are coming, finding Deep Pocket Monster, they're watching that, they're getting hooked in, they're subscribing, and so that can be a great way to do it on YouTube. On a website, however, I want to see how you're directing wayfinding. So navigation, how are you helping me understand where to begin? Oftentimes on a blog especially, it can just be a crowd of noise. And we want to go, okay, of all the noise here, viewer or traffic or reader, here's where we need to begin. And then finally, I want to see sort of like how you are directing me toward a transaction of some kind. So this is on a website in particular. If you want people to transact with an email, so an email opt-in form of some kind, how are you setting me up for that? If we are hoping to get people to pay for something, how are we setting people up for that? Or to leave a call or to leave a message of some kind so we can start and initiate a relationship. How are you directing me to do that? And then, of course, I'm going to just offer some bits and pieces of advice along the way too. Whew. Okay. Sweet. All right, let's just dive right in. So I saw Cynthia with this comment earlier, and I'm going to see if this website actually is just how it says, healthyliferecovery.com, and we'll go to the website. Okay, so let's dive in. Let me just make sure. Okay, cool. I was worried that if sometimes, I think last week I switched to to system audio and it like blew all your ears out. Again, I apologize about that. Hope you all recovered from that. Okay, so Healthy Life Recovery. We have a nice, beautiful picture of a beach. I see Healthy Life Recovery up here in the logo in the top left. I see Healthy Life Recovery again in the center here. And then I say, I'm looking for help for myself, for a loved one. I knew this was San Diego. This is Pacific. No, this is Imperial. No, this is not Imperial Beach. This is Pacific Beach. This is Pacific Beach. And there's little bungalows here on the pier that you can actually rent out, which is pretty cool. I believe this is Pacific Beach. Yeah, this is Pacific Beach. Okay, anyway. So, first glance, Healthy Life Recovery. I'm looking for help. I need more information, Cynthia. What are you helping people with? I need a one-sentence tagline that describes who it is you're helping and perhaps something additional or unique about that, right? So if I scroll down, finally I see San Diego Drug and Alcohol Rehab. Okay, so what we do, addiction treatment, outpatient rehab, medical assisted treatment, and sober living, etc. This looks really cool. I love the kinds of things that you offer here that San Diego uniquely has to offer, like surfing and all these kinds of things to help a person with recovery. But if I'm landing on this webpage, we cannot expect a person who's here to scroll down. We're making them do work already. And ideally, we don't want anybody to have to search or look around or find anything before we have them come in, right? So here's what we need to do. We can replace this Healthy Life Recovery and the logo, in fact, because you already have that here. You're doubling it up. It's not necessary to have it again. This is a beautiful place to have the tagline. So whatever the tagline might be. Helping San Diego residents, if it is in fact for San Diego residents, because the more niche, the better. A person's like, I'm a San Diego resident who's going through some tough times. I would love some help. And then I love how you have for myself or for a loved one. I was going to suggest to have that, but you already have that already. I love the direction here. This is wayfinding at its best. Hey, life recovery, okay. But for who? For myself? Cool. Click here. I'm going to click on that in just a minute. Or for a loved one. That way you can direct traffic. You can have different language for each of those different niches. I think that's really, really smart. But we need a tagline of some kind to help people understand what is this about. And most of all, perhaps guiding toward what life might be like on the other end. Helping those going through addiction and tough times find the light on the other end, right? Or something like that. That might be a little bit too non-specific, but let's hone in on that tagline. I'm not going to be able to try to figure that out right now. Our San Diego Rehab Center offers education and treatment to help on your journey to sobriety. Maybe this gets changed to your or your loved one's journey to sobriety. Whether you are transitioning out of a residential setting or because you have, like, what if this is for a loved one, but then you have language here for myself, right? So maybe this language is what shows up here if I click on for myself, but I'll do that in just a minute. Our program, Healthy Life Recovery. So at least, like, even this is a little bit better. San Diego Addiction Treatment, Healthy Life Recovery. And again, you don't have to necessarily say the brand name over and over again. People are here. They understand it already. You have a really good domain name. You have a really good, clear logo. And I love the lotus coming out here, sort of almost kind of being rebirthed, which is really cool. Call now, services. So, okay. So call now is interesting in services. But again, I think when you have this call to action to call or to leave an email or to actually transact with you, we need to set this up, or at least have a person understand very quickly right in that area of what is going to happen, right? So I would say if you have a call now call to action, having at least something that says, we'll have a anonymous call or something, or I'm thinking of objections, right? What objections might people have, right? People might feel ashamed. People might feel worried. People might be angry or what have you. And they might, why might they not want to call? We need to address those things up front, right? You might even say something like, yes, it can be weird to call somebody you don't know to talk about your addiction. However, we're here to help and to listen. We have 20 years of experience and we want to provide you a safe space for that. Call us, we'll talk it out, no obligation. We're not going to sell you anything. We're just going to talk, right? And so that could be something. I was also going to look for this, and I'm glad this is here. Like, why choose this center over others, right? So it's very important that when we have a brand, to help people understand what's different or unique about it, right? And yes, that can come out as a result of the experience that people have consuming the content. But to say it up front and to claim it essentially can help a person on the other end go, okay, this is why I need to stick to this one, right? We are a place where people can come and feel like they're being cared for with individualized care. Our highly trained professionals have up-to-date licenses, certifications, and experience in addiction treatment. We provide specifically tailored care based needs of the person receiving care. That to me is not a mission. That is what you do. But what is your mission? There's a huge difference between what it is that you offer, but also why are you offering this? What is your mission, right? Tesla's mission is to increase the um, or accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, right? They have cars, they have power, they have energy, they have the biggest manufacturing plants in the world, and they are helping people drive really fast cars that you can just plug in at home and solar panels and stuff. That's what you're sharing here in our mission. I think that's what you offer, but your mission has to be a lot bigger than that. Your mission has to be confidential. Thank you, Dr. Scott Bland. Your mission has to be bigger than the website, bigger than your offerings, bigger than you. And this is what helps a person go, wow, okay, so this is for a bigger cause. And we understand because people want to get behind people who have a vision, who have a mission, right? If you had a friend and they would kind of just were like, just, hey, what is, why are you doing what you're doing? I don't know. I'm just sitting on the couch doing nothing, like, but I'm working. Okay, that's not necessarily inspirational or motivational. You don't necessarily want to hang out with that person. But if they're like, my life's dream is to work hard so that I can, build schools all over the world for people who don't get access to education, it's like, cool. Like you're still doing the same work, but now there's a reason to get behind you, right? So that mission is really, 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 really important. To bring peace of mind to all with the crutch of drugs or alcohol, says Uncle Bill. That's really good. That's really good. We can even extend it even more. I know some people who get specific with numbers. Our goal is to help 1 million people, right? Some people say that. And again, you need to be maybe a little bit realistic with how many people you could reach and whatnot. But perhaps it's, our mission is to help at least 1,000 people a year overcome addiction so that, or, overcome their crutch of addiction or whatever Uncle Bill said, because I really think that's beautiful. And I think that could go a very long way. Such a good idea to consider the objections of any call to action to help us with the wording. Yeah, you're welcome, Victoria. Again, anytime there's a call to action, click here. Why would a person not click there? Or what can we say? Maybe flip it around. What can we say to have them go, well, yeah, I'm going to click that, of course, because that's exactly what I need right now, right? So the setup to the click or the setup to the call to action. Anyway, that just stood out to me. Our mission, we are a place. That's not your mission. Maybe this is what's up front, up here. And then your mission is to change the world, to change the world and bring positivity through safe treatment for people through addiction so that the world can be a better place, kind of situation, right? Oh, here we go. More than just another treatment center. This is great. I love that here. Now you have your call to action here down here. Call now. What happens if I were to click this? I'm curious. Call. Ooh, make a call from Skype. Legit. Okay. I can just literally click a button and call. It might be, okay, you have it here. It might be wise to have your phone number there. Sometimes, especially for older generations, like when there's technology involved in a process, it might be a moment of friction. And so you could benefit from having just your phone number pasted at the top, honestly. Like I would have your phone number probably right up here. That just makes people feel a little bit safer. And that's obviously what you want to happen. You want people to call you, right? Now, you don't have to do that. You might invite calls that you don't necessarily want. You want people to read through the website first. And I get that too. But even here, call now and have the number available right there too for people who want to pull out their phone, because just calling through Skype, like I just saw, is probably going to be a moment of friction for some too. Let's see. Font is a little bit small here. I mean, it's not a huge deal. I would tick it up one more mark, but again, we're getting a little bit picky now, if you will. We're here to help. And again, call to action here, name, email, phone number, message, direct it a little bit. We're here to help. Send us a quick message about you or your situation, and we love to reach back out to you and see what we can do to help you. Boom, right? We need to direct. We need to give people an understanding of what is happening after I do this thing, right? Especially after you share contact information. I see you have a blog here. That's really cool. Okay, let's go back to the homepage and I want to click on For Myself. So this is very key, right? After we nail the tagline, I'm feeling like, okay, this might be a place that can help me. I'm going to click For Myself and we're going to see, okay, how do you draw me in and help me? The benefits of going to rehab, addiction treatment center in San Diego. Not necessarily the strongest wording there. I'm in a dark time in my life. I know I need help. I click here and I see the benefits of going to rehab. Now I already feel like I'm reading a textbook or I'm reading a pamphlet, right? I think that it could be stronger. Not saying this doesn't work. This is better than just nothing, right? Addiction Treatment Center in San Diego. But remember, this is a journey that a person is on, a story that they're living right now. And you have the opportunity to hit them in the time when they need help. And so the benefits of going to rehab doesn't work as strong as you deserve to become sober today. You're speaking directly to me. Change it from pamphlet to personal. From pamphlet to personal. And when you go personal, especially for something so personal, like I'm going through some addiction, then I'm going to come in, right? If you can define the problem better than your target customer, they're going to automatically assume you have a solution, right? So direct them. Like I said, Cynthia, thank you. But also at the same time, let's be sure that we land on the mark here with the language that's going to help people. Again, this is 35 million people suffer from substance abuse disorder. So what? How does this matter to me, right? I clicked here because I have a problem. I don't care about 35 million people. I care about the fact that, or, I guess it makes sense to say something like that because you want people to feel like they're not alone. So just tell me, you are not alone. People like you battle with addiction all the time. And this is something that can be solved. Imagine a life without alcohol or drugs, which then in turn means a life of more love, self-love, great experiences, and longevity. We here at Healthy Life Recovery are here to support you so we can make that dream a reality. Right? So that is how would peace in your life feel today? Uncle Bill's nailing it today, right? With the questions and the thing that'll connect with me from pamphlet to personal. One of the best treatment options available is going to drug rehab. So you're already giving me solutions before we start kind of connecting, right? But I love down here, it's like, okay, there's different ways. So what's the call to act structure? Better health overall, reap the benefits of going to rehab. I like what you said here. There's so many benefits of going to rehab, but that doesn't necessarily make it easier to take that first step, right? I would maybe say the first step is your hardest step, but we're here to help you. Rehab can be an amazing journey, but you got to get started. And then the first thing that you need to do is contact us so we can help you because we don't know your story. We would love to know your story so we can see how we might be able to make it work. And if it doesn't, we'll at least direct you to a place that it can. So now it feels like this is a place where somebody can help, right? Is this all setting in with you? I think this is, and again, Cynthia, thank you so much for allowing us to review your website here today. I'm not done yet. I'm going to go for maybe 5 more minutes and we're going to switch to a YouTube channel here. But I wanted to go deep with you. And this is a very important topic, obviously. You're helping people get their life back. There's some language. We help people get their life back. San Diego's #1, I don't know if you can claim that, drug and alcohol addiction rehab center, where we tailor a solution for you to help you live a life worth living. Or I don't know, something like that. But I hope this is sort of sinking in because there's lessons here for all of us. The idea that, especially with something so tough as addiction and drugs and stuff, the ability to connect with a person up here and right here in the heart versus just pamphlet, right? Pair character punching in the air with fist and bump. Thank you. So good, says Cynthia. You're welcome. Helping people save their family. Like, why recover? Speak on that part of the situation. What is the recovery going to do? We want to lead people in. All the imagery should support that, and you do. You have great imagery, right? The sunset and being out in public and seeing the beauty of the world again instead of the dark times within. You're here with a family and enjoying and smiling again. This is like all the imagery on the website's really good. So better health, structure, accountability, community. Very cool. The one thing that I haven't seen that I would love to see on the homepage are testimonials. Let's go to a loved one. Let's really quick to see what happens here. Helping a loved one with addiction. Again, same thing. Let us help you get your loved one back on their feet. Or we're here to support you. No. Let's together we can find a way to get them back. Whoa. Cher says it's so powerful how you can spin the words to be personal and solve a problem, Pat. Right? Wow. Let's together, let's bring your loved one back. Right? Or something like that. I don't know. That just, whatever I said earlier, you could rewind it or whatever. But that really spoke to me. If I had, I mean, this is often the center of a person's life, their loved one going through some tough times. All I want is support. I don't necessarily want the pamphlet. Here you go, read about it. I want to know that there's a real person, a place, a situation that I can walk into to, number one, get some support. And I need some help because my friend really needs it and I have no idea what to do. I've tried talking to them. I've tried doing whatever. Like, help me, please, right? We rescue them. How about just canning many of those words and putting them in a video? I mean, you can, perhaps. GTO says, I very much like the theme. It's bright and sunny. It makes me want to see the light of recovery. Yeah, I love that. I was going to say, if this is like a dark website, it's not going to really work very well. So where do I start? I have a friend who's going through some addiction. If you have a loved one who is struggling with addiction, you may feel powerless. Good. You're connecting with me. This is the first time you've spoken to me, right? If you have a loved one who is struggling with addiction, you may feel powerless. Let's even, you can even shorten that, like tighten it up, right? Because you know that they have somebody who's struggling. You probably feel powerless. You probably feel like you've tried everything under the sun and you still can't get your friend or loved one back. If you're committed, like we are, to helping someone through addiction, keep reading so we can figure out how to get through this together. Okay, so again, this is a lot of information, which is okay. You've sort of earned the right to teach me now that you've spoken to me personally. So where do I go next? What do you want me to do first? How to help your loved one. Encourage your loved one to seek help. Hey, here, call with a phone number on the button. That's what I'm talking about. If your loved one's struggling with addiction, be supportive, remind them that recovery is possible. If you need additional information, give us a call. I mean, I'm not sure if you're really wanting people to kind of call on their behalf or you want them to call, but it doesn't seem, this seems more informational and it doesn't seem like you want to talk to me, the friend of the person who's going through addiction, right? I think that maybe that could be driving home a little bit more. Like, hey, if your friend is going through some tough times and you like what you see here, let's get on a call so we can talk through this together and see how we can provide some information and maybe some services to help out, right? Or it's an email or something, a contact area versus a call, right? Cool. Right at Bird Rock. That's a perfect place, by the way. I love Bird Rock. Anyway, Cynthia, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. And thank you, chat, Uncle Bill, especially, and all of you for getting really, really into the weeds of this with us. And Cynthia, you're doing such amazing life's work. I mean, this is truly life-changing. The ripple effect that you and your service and your rehab center can have on others who then have an effect on others. The ripple effect is at play here, but the ripple won't start if you don't first connect with the person and help and really dive into what they're thinking, what they're going through, and provide a place of support, not a pamphlet, right? Let's get personal. Orange, not good for color and need. Maybe lime or sage green. Orange and red are rage colors. Yeah, I mean, again, little things like that, like color of buttons, do matter, right? You can split test and see, which ones get higher click-through rates or whatever. But at the same time, it's not as important as some of this other stuff. So I don't want to like get too down into the weeds there, where it's like, oh, okay, like changing the button color is going to change everything. No, this higher level stuff that we're talking about is really, really what's at play here. So very nice. Thank you. So we're going to review At Reef now, and I'm actually going to put my headphones in. Luke says, you've done a lot for me, so you don't have to, but if you have time, check out goalengineer.com once more. I appreciate it. Okay, if we have time, we'll see. But we're going to go to At Reef, and I want to give him some good time. I'm going to give him a good time. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to YouTube. I'm going to go to System Preferences, and I want to get my sound board here just so I can make sure that if I do go to the system audio, that it's not going to blast your ears out. So just give me a moment. Sound, we're going to go here. Okay, that's good. If I go here, does that... Okay, good. I think we should be good now. Actually, let me go AirPods Pro. Let's go now to sound preferences once more, just in case. Test this really quick. Okay. All right. So here we are. Yo, this video, this I promise you, with BB Mac and Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC is actually really good. I was in a 90s music situation last night. Me and April were just listening to old school songs and stuff. Rev is live right now, actually, which is pretty cool. I'm going to pop in there and say hi after this. Anyway, let's go to At Reef. At Reef, I remember you because you... number one, have just been super, super active in here, and I appreciate you for that. All right, we got some like legit cinematic music, which is awesome. Ultron was right, At Reef. Just saw it briefly. Okay, so let's just look at the artwork and what it is that this might be about, right? First of all, At Reef, did your channel just grow like massively? Hold on. And I think I'm in the right spot, right? At Reef. Let's see how this has been doing. Let's go here. You're getting some good views, like thousands of views a day. You have nearly 10 million views total, which is awesome. And let's see, what happened here? What happened on January 18th? You had 800,000 video views in January. What? Okay, let's see what videos maybe came out in January. Your thumbnails are looking really good. I think you could brighten your face a little bit because you look a little bit dark, right? And we're helping people through. This actually does relate to the website that we just reviewed, in fact. I think if you can brighten your face a little bit in the thumbnail, then that's going to bring a lot more people in. It almost looks like you're hiding or you're a little bit dark. So that's number one. But what happened in January? First of all, you've been very consistent recently, which is really good. So I'm looking for also videos that seem to have popped or done very well. Maybe it was these. Yeah, it's these two videos here, maybe. Or maybe you have an older video that seemed to just do really well. Let's see, most popular. Wow, 5 million views, 1 million views, 500,000. This is incredible. Never ask Alexa these questions. Wow, I need to watch that video, right? What an amazing title and thumbnail, right? Somebody was asking what website was I using. This is socialblade.com. Socialblade.com can give you just kind of stats on a high level for different things. You can even go here and go to future projections. This actually does a great job of predicting where you're going to be at the rate at which you're going right now. So if I go to subscriber milestones, we can see that At Reef is going to have... My old videos did great, yeah. You're going to have, 50,000 subscribers within a couple years, which is pretty cool at this rate, right? So a year from now, you'll have 40,000, but I think we can increase that, right? So let's go back to the home area. And let's look at the artwork here. So cultivate your inner self. Okay, I like that. So like from within, kind of making it better. Journey to a happy life. New video every Mondays at 4 p.m. So we can change that to every Monday. Just sometimes little grammar errors, even though they're not important, they're actually for first impressions very important. So new video every Monday at 4 p.m. I love that you have a schedule there. People can look forward to it. I really love that. I don't know why you're facing the other way here. I want to see you, and I want to know who it is. I want you to point to yourself and say, Eshen, I help you live a happier life. And then maybe it's a picture of you or something related to that, right? And I love that the videos support that, right? The videos support that. We got 11 habits that can change your life. We got do's and don'ts for depression, 6 types of therapy, 5 steps to love yourself. Okay, not bad. Dream job. What kind of job will make you happiest? Wow, what an awesome question. What is wrong with me? Cool. So yeah, brightening up the thumbnail for the face will do a really good job. And then finally, making sure that you're facing, like, I'm curious why you have your back turned to me. That's just in general, human to human interaction. Turning your back on somebody isn't necessarily great. And maybe if you were looking at something that I could see, that I can look at with you, almost if I'm standing right behind you and I'm kind of like looking with you, then maybe that would work. But right now I'm feeling a little bit like kind of you're hiding something or you're turning around for some reason. It is a nice image though, but it would be nice to see your face, since that'll then connect to the thumbnails from there, right? What does the percentage number next to each video mean? That is actually the engagement percentage. So thumbs ups to thumbs down ratio, if you will. That is coming from vidIQ. And then there's also TubeBuddy that can give you a lot of those similar things too. But that is just something I turn on because I like to see sort of like, okay, why didn't people like this video versus why do they love this video, right? If that makes sense. So I am going to watch these videos in just a moment here, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the artwork here up top. We need to be very clear. If we go to, for example, actually, let's go to youtube.com, and actually, let's see if we can go to podcast age. I want to see how you do this, because all right, thank you. Greetings. So here's podcast age. Look at this. So big, bold, face there pointing. That's fine. Find the right gear to start podcasting, YouTubing, streaming. New videos every Tuesday. So what's this channel for? It helps you find the right gear. And literally every video is that. And the fact that every thumbnail is about the gear, really important because people likely are searching for this stuff and whatnot. But as you can see here, really, really beautifully done. And the results speak for themselves. So well done. Now let's go back to @Reef. So very similarly, you have a picture of you, but your back is turned. So let's face the camera. Let's face me, so we can connect. Again, if we're talking about my inner self and cultivating my self-improvement, then I want to know who I'm learning from, right? Because this is a very personal thing for me to improve myself, right? Number 2, I think journey to a happy life, cultivate your inner self. Yeah, that's not bad. I think maybe you can get a little bit more direct. Cultivating your inner self on your journey to a happy life, right? Like that could just be very clear. I don't know if you want to get specific with, self-love, self-care, and self-improvement, right? Just kind of as a tagline to just get a little bit more specific, because journey to a happy life can mean anything. It can mean, quitting my job. It could mean, travel. It can mean whatever, right? So if we get a little bit more specific, it can potentially help. Let's see. Let's watch your latest video here. 11 habits change. I'm gonna click play, and then we'll go and see what happens. Yes, absolutely. I will need to do that immediately. Cool.
Whether it's a new idea, decision, or even a habit, one change may just be enough to improve your life. Even the smallest change in our lives, with the added time that is needed, can snowball into something much bigger. In this video, I will cover both from my own experience and many personal development books, videos, podcasts that I have read, and will give you 11 of the best ways you can start changing your life. Also, if you'd like to take this a whole new level further, check out my blog, link down below, for much more details and monthly updates.
Wow. Actually, a really, really good intro. You're very well spoken. You have a very soothing voice. It's nice to watch you. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the screen is a little dark. Like you could potentially brighten at least your face up a little bit more. I think what might be happening is the camera is definitely letting the light in from the background, which then makes a little bit of a silhouette on you. But if you had maybe a little bit more light pointing toward your face, that could help a little bit. But again, I really love, I'm going to play this once again and point out certain things that I've noticed there. You kind of earned the right to tell me what was in the video. You caught my attention right away with like the fact that, hey, one little change can do some amazing things for you.
Whether it's a new idea, decision, or even a habit, one change may just be enough to improve your life.
I love how you kind of like had the title there and it kind of dispersed. That was really nice. But let's try to connect the thumbnail and the title together. 11 habits that can change your life. 11 habits that can change your life. Remember, that's the title. And so a person clicking this will then see what?
Whether it's a new idea, decision, or even a habit, one change may just be enough to improve your life.
11 habits that can change your life. But in the beginning, you talked about one change that can change my life. And you're talking about decisions and ideas. I don't necessarily know that this is the video that the title speaks to, right? Let me see how we might be able to reframe this for future reference. Like, again, I'm sure the rest of the video is great. I love how you have the timeline here and the different 11 strategies and 11 tips. The title thing was cool. Yeah, the title thing was cool. Dude, you have all the elements you need to like really make this go skyrocket, right? So we need to just focus on these really important parts. Title, thumbnail. I think you got your titles down. I think your titling is really great. Actually, it's some of the strongest I've seen. The title to thumbnail connection is there, but the thumbnail isn't as intriguing itself in terms of the the lighting or what it is that you're doing. Let's go back to this, and then I want to rewatch this video and try to restructure the intro for you. 11 habits to change. 11 habit. Oh, okay. Even that's a little bit different, right? There's a little bit of a disconnect. Are you all seeing this? So the title here says 11 habits that can change your life, right? The thumbnail almost makes it seem like, hey, you might be doing these 11 habits, but we want to change them, right? So there's a little bit of 11 habits to change is different than 11 habits that can change your life. I think I know what you're trying to say. Like these 11 habits will help you on your way to change. So that can be switched up, right away. Actually, let's watch this video. I'm curious to see how we connect this. So this seems a little bit more connecting, right? So 5 do's and don'ts on how to support someone with So that's not good. I think, can take the, we can either do how to support someone with depression, I'm guessing, 5 do's and don'ts, because that's the most important part. The 5 do's and don'ts is taking up so much room in the beginning that it's not allowing us to show the part at the end. So how to support someone with depression, 5 do's and don'ts, and then having 5 do's and don'ts in the thumbnail like you have, I think would connect it really nice. But let's see how you set me up in this video.
So when it comes to depression, there is a lot of things that we need to be aware of, and there is a lot of things that we should do. And just know that in this video, although there is 5 things that I'm gonna go over with, but there is so much that one can do. And if you want more information on...
Okay, so you have this timeline here. I wanted to point this out because I think it's a beautiful looking timeline, but I'm wondering if it's actually helping, right? Because number one, you have the timeline here in the timeline of the video anyway already, which means you have it here in the description, right? But here, when you say part 1 of 1, part 2 of 2, 5 do's and don'ts, part 2 of 2, that doesn't really, it's not adding any value. It's not taking away, although it just might be a distraction. I think that maybe instead of video timeline, because the timeline really the purpose is for people to click on to get to that part, maybe you can have instead, because I really love how that popped up. It caught my attention. It interrupts the pattern, like I often say. But maybe instead you can have something that says like, in this video we're talking about, and then bullet point like 5 or 6 things or 3 to 5 things that make me go, whoa, okay. So in this video, we'll talk about your daily habits or your morning routine, or like you're not telling me what to do or what not to do yet, but you're telling me the themes. And that makes me sort of like an ESPN on the sidebar of ESPN that goes like, here are the things we're going to talk about. Because right now, all I'm seeing is 5 don'ts part 2, 5 don'ts part 1. Like, it's like, okay, well, how useful is that, right? But I like the intro. I think that worked there. Learn how to support someone who's depressed. Let's go back one more time.
So when it comes to depression, there is a lot of things that we need to be aware of, and there is a lot of things that we should do.
So I like that because you're like, there's a lot of information out there, but in this video, I'm going to teach you 5 things that you shouldn't do, and that's of value. That's great. I think that especially with the themes and the topic of your channel, you could have some very powerful. This might be worth experimenting with at Reef, to start with maybe something that connects the topic to the person, where a person who's watching this probably is depressed or has gone through depression or knows somebody who's depressed. And to get into that feeling, you have like the right music, you have the right voice, but I think the word choice can be even stronger. So what if this video started like this? It was like, how might I say this? Have you ever felt like, even though things are going well, that there was always just something wrong with you? Have you ever felt like when you're around a group of friends that maybe you don't even deserve to be there? Well, these are the kinds of things that depression can make you feel. And depression is something that's very difficult to deal with. There's a lot of information out there. In this video, I'm going to help you through that by talking about 5 do's, 5 things you should do, and 5 don'ts, so that by the end of this video, you'll have exactly what you need to live a happier life. Hello, so something of that nature, right? Interesting that Pat relates it to ESPN. For the format of the video, not the voice, right? It's not like, hey everybody, in this video, 5 things to do and not do for depression. Coming up right after the break. Like, that's not what I'm saying. And give me wild idea to increase some views, haha. Did he tell us his qualifications to teach us his experience? That, I mean, you even said in your last video, I think, that you've gone through some of these things personally. So that could be, I think, something that would be here or should be here. I don't know if you mentioned that, but let's keep playing.
And just know that in this video, although there is 5 things that I'm gonna go over with, but there is so much that one can do. And if you want more information on this, I will include some helpful information and some helpful tools in my website that you can check on the link below.
Okay, I want to talk about that really quick. You're helping people get sucked into the video. Again, you're doing a pretty good job doing that. We just talked about a few things that you can do a little bit better. But then in both videos I saw, you were directing people to your website and to your blog. And we don't want to do that on YouTube. On YouTube, we need to keep people on YouTube as long as possible. So a couple things. Save that call to action. I still think it's important to have because you want to bring people back to their website for more information. But put the link in the description for sure. Let's see where it is, in fact. Visit my website for more info. Okay, you can even get more specific here, like, for more information about depression and supporting you or yourself or a loved one, for example, click here. And I think that's fine. But you're telling me to leave, you're basically giving me the chance or the opportunity to leave the video before I even get into it. And what that does is, let's say that works. Well, now your video is not doing its job because YouTube's going to go, oh, people are leaving this video after 30 seconds, which is funny because that's what you are asking people to do essentially. So if you want people to watch the video and then go to the website, then have it in that order. Stick around, watch this because you'll learn exactly how to XYZ. Then at the end, hey, by the way, if you enjoy this, you can click and watch some of my other videos here in the end card, or you can click on the link below to go to my website that has more information too, right? Yes, but I sometimes use online services to get my B-rolls. Okay, you guys are talking about B-roll. Cool. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. But that's very important. Let's keep going because I think that
one link with plenty of information that should help you get started. But if you're looking for 5 do's and don'ts, let's get started.
I like the style of the video. It's really like, I know it's pretty unique. I would lean into that the way that you're doing it with the text and kind of like respect individuality. Glitch in the matrix. I'm sorry. With your voice and the way the piano music. I love that. That's really beautiful. I haven't really seen that before with regards to self-improvement kind of thing. Sometimes it's either too in your face or it's like B-roll all the way through with a English voice or something. I really like this. I really like it a lot. I think it was Dawn, her comment about like, well, who are you to tell me this, right? And I think that you mentioned it in the other video. You started to make notes of making it a little bit personal because you had gone through this yourself. But I would like, that's how you connect, right? So you might start this video by saying something like, all those things about depression that I talked about, just to, again, connect to make people go, yeah, that's me. And then you, if you've gone through this before, you can go, well, I know how you might feel because for years I lived with depression too. However, I've been able to find light on the other end. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you should do and 5 things that you shouldn't do related to your depression. Let's help you see the light on the other end. Boom, respect individuality. You don't mention the website or blog, and then you go right into it, right? So I think you can get to the things faster, but also let's pop in the why you, right? This is why you. What's the proof, right? The tiptoe strategy, the title connection in this video, which you've done, the proof, which is missing, the tease of what's coming, which you kind of do a little bit, but I think we can do this a little bit more. Teasing some of the things that you're going to be talking about, like I said earlier. The objections, what are the objections people might have watching your video? They've probably watched several other videos, like why is this video the one that they need to watch? And then kind of going into the explanation from there. That's the tiptoe strategy. Let's go back to this first video. Again, there was a little bit of disconnect from 11 habits to change. If the thumbnail was 11 habits to change, I would expect the title to say, these habits are slowing you down. Change these habits now. But that's not what the video is, right? That's what the thumbnail speaks to. But then the title is 11 habits that can change your life. In the thumbnail then, to support that, it would be something like, start doing these yesterday. Or, these 11 habits are game changers or game-changing habits, right? Now there's a connection, if that makes sense. Let's watch this video.
Even the smallest change in our lives, with the added time that is needed, can snowball into something much bigger. In this video, I will cover both from my own experience and many personal development.
So again, here's the timeline again, which actually it's kind of interesting how it overlays on top of the timeline here, which is pretty cool. Again, I don't know how useful that is, and if a person's here, it kind of gets blurred out. I liked it in the sidebar, and I like you talking about the themes versus like actually showing me the times, because that's already here in the video. It might actually save you a little bit of time. I don't know if that's necessarily helping. It may or may not. I don't know. That's just my own opinion.
Development books, videos, podcasts that I have read, and will give you 11 of the best ways you can start changing your life.
Ooh, that spoke to me. You said, let me give you the 11 best ways so that you can start changing your life. That's the part that finally hooked me in, just to let you know. And that took 30 seconds. We can get even further into that. Let's see if you talk about yourself a little bit.
Also, if you'd like to take this a whole new level further,
call to action.
Check out my blog, link down below, for much more details and monthly updates. With that out of the way, let's get started.
So you almost even like say it like, oh, now that that's out of the way, well, why was it even in the way? Let's get it out of there. Let's put it at the end. I'm sure you do that already, and you have the link in the description. So this is all about the viewer getting right into it. We want to suck them in and have them just go right into this video, right?
Onto the 11 things that you need to do to start changing your life.
I like that. Change is possible. See, again, this style is really cool. It's almost like documentary style or
Number
Vox.
1 is to wake up early. Use this extra time from getting up in the morning to read a book, meditate, set your goals, and envision the life that you want. This is a great practice for you to start adding discipline into your life and set priority for what truly matters. Number 2 is to tell a loved one how.
Cool. So you kind of go into it. The one thing I'll say is, again, remember the objections, because if you tell a person, I know this is true because a person told me this. Hey Pat, you should wake up early. You'll be more productive. I was like, I don't want to wake up early. I'm a night person. So if you start with that one, you got to be careful because a person might go, oh, okay, this is not for me. Or you set it up by saying, number one, wake up earlier. And I know what you might be thinking. You are not a morning person, but trust me, there's studies, and even some of the top level, highest performing people in the world have morning routines. Even Benjamin Franklin had a morning routine. And this is something to try, because when you wake up early, you can have a little bit more time for yourself to develop your skills, to read, to meditate. You have more time for yourself so that instead of waking up for others, you're waking up for yourself too. Number three, right? So I like that. That's, again, the style of video and the numbering, and like the only thing you need to work on is the work, like what you say and when. And that is so cool because a lot of people don't have those skills that you have to display these things on the internet, on YouTube. So you're doing an excellent job. And at Reef, I hope that this was helpful. And again, just take it one step at a time. I hope it doesn't overwhelm you. But again, thank you so much for the support. It's so great. I don't remember seeing your face in some of the other videos, or maybe we reviewed your website a while back and I was having a hard time sort of seeing. But it's like, to be able to connect with you in this way is really good. Now we just need to kind of hone in on those skills of title, thumbnail, start of the video. Cool. It worked for Hal Elrod. Yeah, Hal for sure. Video guide, thank you. Let's go to goalengineer.com to finish this out. We've reviewed this website before, but this is Luke's website. And we're just going to see how this is improved and talk about it for the next maybe 4 or 5 minutes, if that's okay, Luke. We are nearing the end of the time here. Oh, I remember this. The 444 goal setting system. There we go. I like that. Set 4 goals, plan 4 levels, track 4 quarters. That's so cool. I love it. That's like your proprietary situation. I love that you have a picture of your family here. It's beautiful. Goal engineering, learn to live with intention. Was that there before? I don't remember that. Learn to live with intention. Do you want to change your life but have a hard time sticking to your goals? I'm here to help. There's a lot of life and self-improvement and self-development websites and YouTube channels that we've been reviewing today, right? I'm interested to see maybe instead of a headshot, Luke, and maybe I didn't say this before because it wasn't most important, but now that you're doing things really well here, like, I'm here to help. You don't suck at setting goals. You've just never learned how to do it in a way that makes them stick. My name is Luke, and I've been engineering my 444 goal setting system for the last 15 years. Dude, you sound so authoritative the way that you're sharing this. If you want to try it for free, click the yellow button below to get the goal engineering starter kit now. Boom. Enter your info to get the goal. So same picture. I don't like when the same image is used. That makes sense on social media, but like having legit a crop version of the same image that I just saw almost makes it seem like you're just kind of like, I don't know what it makes it seem. I just feel like there's a different opportunity there. And in fact, instead of your picture here, there could be a picture of the goal setting guide, right? Or the kit, some 3D image of a kit, or maybe a PDF file title that shows like a kit, and maybe it's, whatever. Enter your info and get the goal engineering starter kit now. If you have a hard time knowing what goals to set or keeping the motivation to stick with your goals once you have them, sign up to get your free copy of the goal engineering starter kit. It includes my quarterly planning spreadsheet, which will make it sticky. So I think this part here is a little long. So what you could do is maybe use bullet points. So the goal engineering starter kit includes tips to help you know how to set goals, a planning spreadsheet, which will help you stick to your goals easier, and the motivation you need to keep going even when you want to give up, right? Like 3 bullet points is works for me there. Inside you'll get, right? And then if you're ready to feel confident, inspired, I love how you're talking about like the future here. Why am I doing this? Because I want to feel confident, inspired, and consistently motivate to follow through with confidence, finally follow through. Just playing around with language there. And achieve your goals. Enter your email and get my free goal setting toolkit. Enter your name and email. Send me the starter kit. That's with ConvertKit. Very nice. I love that. This is a great landing page. Almost there with all of that. Let's go back here. I was saying, like, with the image, Luke, getting pics of the starter kit was one thing I didn't get time to do yet, but I will. Okay, cool. So the fact that I said it twice maybe means it's something that's important. But goal engineering, it would be kind of cool if there was a picture here of you achieving one of your goals. Maybe you climbed Mount Everest. Maybe you... What's a goal that you could share? Like if you and I had 10 seconds or 15 seconds to chat, and I was like, Luke, tell me about a goal that you achieved and inspire me to potentially achieve my own goals. There could be a picture of you doing that. Maybe it's running a marathon or something that, you know, obviously took work to engineer. And then you can even have a little quote underneath that says, like, you know, I never trained for a marathon, but I finally was able to actually do it through my goal setting system, right? So that we can just, again, a headshot picture seems very brochure. It's very professional. It's a great picture, by the way. But how does that picture support goal engineering, right? This is a picture for a bio area down below or the about page, but you have a better picture here. No offense, because I think your face is gorgeous, but seeing your whole family here is even better. In the sort of area where you introduce yourself. So what image might you share that can then support goal engineering, learn to live a life with intention, if that makes sense? Ran a marathon, cool. Let's see, let's go down. I love that you're here. Read more about me, cool. This might be enough. Let's see. I've been working on my 444 goal setting system for over 15 years. Yeah, I don't know if you need to say that again. It's not bad that it's there. I'm just wondering, like, how might you be able to connect, you know, hi, I'm Luke, a professional engineer, managing editor, husband and father, and the creator of Goal Engineering. I love that we can connect. Like, I feel really connected to you, Luke. I think you could just say, I've been working on creating a goal-setting system that works for over 15 years. You just shared the 444 thing. There's a lot of 444s up here. There's a 444 up here, 444 here, 444 here, 444 here. I developed it with lessons from my time as missionary engineering. Perfect, yeah. The system I created, the 444 system, has helped me live my dreams, including running a marathon. Oh, that's funny. Starting two businesses. Maybe there's a picture of you doing business or at a whiteboard. Like, hey, this is me planning out my next business. If you feel like maybe you do have a lot of business people coming your way and that's like your target avatar, then sure, maybe that's the image here, but you're in a business setting, maybe at your desk or something, and with a little notation about something that makes me go, oh, I want that too, right? What do you want to learn how to do? Set the right goals, plan for success, track your progress. This is really cool. This is really cool. The one thing I'll say that's missing that I was going to mention on the other website, but I forgot, was testimonials. Who have you already helped? And if you can pull out people who are in your target audience, perhaps they are people who are in business. Okay, let's share their hero story really quick. And let's share how the 444 system helped them, if you have that available. If not, let's go make that happen. Let's find one person to get a result that you can then display on the website, because that is something that becomes the proof, right? So having some moments where you share how your system has worked for you, that's sort of level one proof. And that's easy because that's you. But showing other people who are like me, the reader or the viewer, go, oh, that person's like me. They have the same struggles. I want these same goals too. Look at Luke help them. I want Luke to help me now. Yeah, I'm going to get this starter kit just to kind of go from there. In the starter kit, I would also include some testimonials too, because I'm guaranteeing and I hope that the starter kit, when I download it, not only gives me some results, but tells me what to do next. How do I work even further with you, if that makes sense? Still working on getting testimonials. That's definitely on the plan. Cool. Well, you are on the right track, my friend. Well done. This is getting really good. Finally, let's look at the Work With Me page. Become an intentional solopreneur. In these 12 weeks of coaching, I will teach you how to use the power of goals to become a productive and intentional business owner with kids. Okay, there's a lot there. Intentional solopreneur. This doesn't quite hit it for me. And this is obviously very important. The same picture, by the way. What do you get? Initial discovery call to determine what you want to change about your life. Weekly accountability calls, chat and support. I think we can expand this, how this works. You're asking for $1,500 for 12 weeks, and probably you've set this up ahead of time on webinars or other pages, so maybe you don't need to explain yourself as much. But if I just come here, I need a little bit more context, right? Become an intentional solopreneur. What does that even mean? What's the actual goal of becoming the solopreneur? You know, start a business that doesn't run you Um, what is this actually? Is it coaching? Is it a course? 12 weeks of coaching. How might I start this? Like, what is the name of this? Is it what is the name of it? I would have it have a name very similar to the 444 thing, right? But this isn't the 444 thing. This is something else. Is the name of it become an intentional solopreneur? I don't know. That just doesn't just. I think we can work on that a little bit. I'm not saying use this, but like if it was just titled something like Business on Fire. No, I don't want businesses on fire, actually. And we don't want to do anything with John Lee Dumas's brand already. So no on fire. No on fire. I mean, what if it was just like Business Success Coaching Program? In 12 weeks, I'll teach you exactly how to use the power of goals to become a productive and intentional business owner so you don't feel overwhelmed even if you have kids, right? So I'm just trying to change the language a little bit. Yeah, this page needs a lot of work. Haha, I was just sort of practicing on this page. It's on Teachable. Okay, cool. And then like, how does this work? Let's paint that picture of if I pay you this money, like how is this going to work? And then again, remember testimonials, all yada yada. Okay. So it seems like this was just a practice page, which is okay. So I'm not going to go too far into it. Anyway, we are a little bit over the time, and I got to go have some breakfast with my family. So thank you again, Luke and @Reef and Cynthia, for allowing us to kind of review your stuff today. I think there were a lot of big lessons pulled from each of these different properties, and I'm excited to see what you do with them. So thank you again, everybody. Today was about website and YouTube channel reviews. Tomorrow, we're just going to have a Q&A. We're going to go straight into it right at the get-go. We're going to try to have a record day tomorrow. I want to answer like, I don't know, 40 or 50 questions tomorrow and just speed through the Q&A. And then Monday is the big day, day 365. Remember to turn your clocks forward tonight because daylight savings. So anyway, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate you, everybody. Crack those eggs, Pat, says Lewis. Dog Happy, thank you so much. Chris says good stuff. Peasant Uprising, amazing stuff today. Thank you. Caden, Business Success Accelerator. Ooh, that's pretty good. You know, just when you put a name to something, it becomes real, right? Grandma Goody, the Mr. Galvin Brunch, exactly. Thank you so much, Pat. You did not have to do that at all, but you helped me so much, and same with everyone in the chat. You guys rock. I'm going to miss you all. Hey, we're not going anywhere. It's just we're going to connect, you know, maybe a little bit more spaced out. It's all good. But thank you again, and I'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for Q&A with me. We're going to have some fun. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much. And as always, Team Flynn for the win. Kerplunk, I totally forgot the secret word. That means on Monday, I'll already have to play a game of Watch Your Mouth. Kerplunk is right. I totally forgot. Okay, anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks so much, and Team Flynn for the win.
This is the income stream to help you achieve your dream, all while we keep it clean. This is the income stream. It's the kind of show where you can come and go, but then you leave inspired with no fee required. The income stream with Pat Flynn.
I forgot. How did I forget? Literally, it's right here. I have the Kerplunk on my post-it note, and I totally forgot. Anyway, thank you all so much for today. Today was good. Today was good. Good start to the day. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well too. I just said it, but I didn't say it 5 minutes before the stream ended. I have to say it not within the first 5 minutes or not before the last 5 minutes. Or yes, before the last 5 minutes. Anyway, I didn't get it in. I totally forgot. Anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks so much. Peace out.
Bruh.
New Deep Pocket Monster video coming probably early this afternoon. Look out for it.